Shelley, will you conduct roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Mike Shambaugh.
Here.
Johnny Kidwell.
Here.
Sasha Black Fox Qualls. Here. Danny Callison.
Here.
Julia Coates.
Here.
Joe Deere. Mike Dobbins.
Here.
Kevin Easley.
Here.
Lisa Hall. Here. Daryl Legg.
Here.
Kendra McGady. Here. Dora Petskowski. Present. Cody Poindexter. Joshua Sam. Melvina Shotpouch. E.O. Smith.
Here.
Condessa Teehee. We have a quorum.
You've had a chance to look at the minutes from our March 27th meetings. Could I have a motion, please? We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, first up on our reports from the Marshal Service, Daniel Mead.
Good afternoon, Council.
Afternoon.
All right, you guys have my report. You guys have any questions? We've been real busy. We've had, you can tell this, the weather's changing because we've been busy in every which way possible.
Any questions?
Marshal, I guess you're aware of the recent shooting at the Osage Casino. Was there anything that happened there that we can learn from?
Well, we're getting with them to review stuff so we can take back to ours and learn. I don't have a full grasp of it yet, of everything, but I am aware of it, and we are going to get with them to see what we can, I don't want to say learn from their mistakes, but, take from things that were overlooked or could have been prevented.
So do we ask for individuals to go through a metal detector going into our casinos at all, or are we just...
That right there would be a big undertaking to do, which,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can't speak for the casinos, but, I mean, that could be a possibility,
Yeah.
but that'd be kind of, because there's so many entrances to funnel one way into a casino, like, say, Hard Rock. It's so huge. I can't tell you how many ins and outs there is to it. So to put a metal detector of how many millions that would be, it would be up to the casino, not on me.
Okay, thank you, Marshal. Thank you, Chair.
Yep. Councilman Deere.
Hey, Marshal. Hey, real quick, can you give me an update real quick on the autism awareness program that we're going to do for the public safety and law enforcement?
Yes, what we have right now is we got with the tag agency and we've ran it through the chief, and we're trying to get the stickers for tags and stuff like that, and also so our officers will know that if there is an autistic person in the vehicle, that they'll be aware, and so to take extra precautions when either trying to address or deal with the said person.
Will we share that with the classes with our cross-deputization people? Like training-wise?
We will offer it to them, but we can't,
Not make them, just offer it? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you pushing that forward.
Oh, you're welcome.
Being Autism Awareness Month, so thank you, Speaker.
Anybody else? So I haven't heard a lot about that. So is this somebody who brought a gun in a casino? Is it an active shooter situation?
Yeah, well, it was that they came in and a disturbance had happened, and then a gun situation had taken place. I don't know how much I can go into it with them, with it being made public, but that's what's made public so far on that.
Okay. So
because I don't want to.
I understand.
I mean,
I understand what you're saying, but was I guess, was anybody shot by the suspect, or was just the suspect shot?
No, just the suspect.
Okay. All right. That's all I need. Thanks, sir. Anybody else? All right. Thanks, sir.
All right. Thank you.
From the Office of the Attorney General, Chad Harsha.
Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the council, it's my pleasure to be here today and share a few updates. I mentioned last month and the preceding months that we have litigation pending in the Northern District and the Eastern District, specifically related to the non-member Indian jurisdiction question. Again, we intervened in that case that was brought on behalf of, or by the United States against 2 district attorneys. We're moving through the briefing schedule. We have additional filings that should be coming across next week, and hopefully in the next month, when present back before this body, I'll have additional updates to share. One item I also wanted to mention, and I know many of you have reached out to me, and I've had several inquiries over the past couple of months, and it's specifically with respect to the plate pay system and bills that are being received by Cherokee citizens. If you all recall, the compact that we approved late last year had a provision with the Oklahoma Turnpike Authority that put all outstanding OTA fees and bills into a discharge account up and until midnight November 30. Everything from December 1 and on would be enforced under the terms of the compact, which was again approved by the Joint Committee at the end of the year. There has been some inquiries. I know some of you have reached out, and based on everything that I've seen, I don't see anything that's inconsistent with the compact. It appears from everything that's been presented to me that everything is moving in the spirit and letter of the compact. And so I just wanted to share that with you all, as I know that this is probably something of interest to you. And lastly, on a lighter side of things, had the occasion along with our Marshal service and government relations folks, we had the good opportunity to meet with the city of Owasso to talk about how we can collaborate better, how we can coordinate better. And if you all may be aware, the city of Owasso has in the recent past been a little bit confrontational with respect to the litigation that we're involved in and the way that they weighed in. But as we have seen more recently, relationship with the city of Tulsa, we've been meeting with folks and coordinating and collaborating in a really, really positive way, and really enjoyed that meeting with the city to see how we can continue to work together and our common interest that we share for public safety. And it was a very good meeting, and look forward to having more of those and also with other communities as we move into the summer. So, and with that, if there's any questions, I'd love to take them.
Melvina?
Well, with the turnpike bill, I guess the scammers are trying to take advantage of that because I've several got a deal saying you owe, and
Sure.
so even the scammers are taking advantage of that, so it's not.
Yeah, and I don't know that there's any correlation between those instances and the compact. I've seen several media stories out across the state about this being a pretty widespread occurrence, and one of the things that they're referencing, I believe it is an Easy Pass system, which has nothing to do with the state of Oklahoma, although some states do have that. And unfortunately, scammers do get the best of folks from time to time, and it is a problem, but it is a problem widespread, and my understanding is this is widespread across the country.
Anybody else? Doc?
General, can you give us an update on the litigation regarding the state taxation of tribal citizens that live on the reservation and work on the reservation?
Absolutely. I believe you're referencing the Strobel case that's pending in the Oklahoma Supreme Court. It's hard to predict when a decision or an opinion is going to come out in that case. It's been fully briefed and pending, final resolution for, I believe it's almost 2 years now, which is unusual for a case to sit that long in the Oklahoma Supreme Court. Now, there has been some transition with intervening elections, I think it was one Supreme Court justice not being retained, and then there's a selection process that I think is pretty well moved through its conclusion, and a full Supreme Court has been impaneled. But I don't have any way to predict when they're going to take action. This is somewhat of an anomaly case where it's set for longer than one would expect.
Okay. Are you aware of any tribes that have gone before the OTC, Oklahoma Tax Commission, and made their plea for all their citizens, saying that we feel we're on solid legal ground here, and you do what you want to do, I guess, or feel comfortable to do. I know we don't. You just leave it up to the individual Cherokee to make that decision.
To my knowledge, I'm not aware of any tribe that has taken that position. The structure of that case when it went up through appeals to the Oklahoma Supreme Court was in the context of an individual taxpayer challenging a tax assessment by the state. That is what is currently up in front of the court for consideration, and the way that the Oklahoma Tax Commission assesses and recovers tax money is an individual regulatory relationship between an individual taxpayer and the state. And so that when that case is decided, it should provide a lot of clarity as to what the taxing structure is for those impacted in Indian country.
Thank you, General.
Thank you, Chair. Joe?
Real quick, back to the Owasso thing. It was good to see them retract that and do that apology letter about, 8 months ago. to pull out of that litigation, and then the new administration in Tulsa with Mayor Nichols, it's appreciative of him for making that stand that said he needs to work with tribal nations and saying he would no longer do that. So I think that's helped us along because they both realize that they are on the reservation, whether it's Cherokee or Creek. So I think that's really good, positive for our citizens. So I was glad to see you in Owasso, and I think that moving forward is going to be great. So thank you.
Absolutely. And you know, one of the messages that we try to communicate to our communities, big and small, is that we all share the common goal of public safety, and there's really no gap of our motivations and interests. And it's really helpful and it's really good to find that common ground and have conversations about how we can work together better and how we can improve our processes. And it's good to see that, and I hope we have more of it.
Yeah, and you're doing great work, by the way, General. Thank you.
Anybody else? So those two counties who are failing to recognize, I guess, McGirt, I guess they're leaning on the Curtis Act, I guess. How are they approaching anything involving the tribes? Are they just refusing to make it a separate deal? Are they refusing to go to our courts, or are they just handling it themselves? I mean, what are they doing?
So I think that and I think you're referring to the federal actions against District Attorney Ballard and District Attorney Iskey.
Yes.
You know, District Attorney Iskey, her district falls more so in the Muskogee Nation, with just a little bit covering us. But so our interaction and caseload is far less than what we have with District Attorney Ballard. With respect to District Attorney Ballard, I've had multiple conversations with him since I've assumed this role as Attorney General, and have done my level best to meet with him and talk through how we can work together. And he's rejected that path. There's no question about it. He has been pretty provocative in the way that he pursues cases. He's definitely deeply involved in pushing this non-member issue in addition to others. And at the moment, obviously they're defending the United States action and our intervention into it. And they're taking, as you would expect, a pretty aggressive approach, but it's really in the briefing stages on issues of law. And hopefully we'll have a final briefing done soon and on path to get a decision.
But in dealing with us, are they just saying, hey, this is yours, you do it? We're not doing it? Are they refusing to take calls?
The lines of communication specifically with District Attorney Ballard's office are not very strong. Now we, as law enforcement, Marshal Meade and his people, they have a pretty good line of communication on the ground law enforcement. So I don't know that has been really impacted, but that's also other elected officials, county sheriffs and others that,
Sure.
that have the ability to have those conversations in that way. I would say with respect to District Attorney Ballard, he's been unhelpful in most every aspect of cooperation.
Okay. All right. Thanks, sir. All right. Good report. All right. Next up for you, GRA, is Gwen Terrapin.
Good afternoon. It's good to see all of you today. You should have a copy of my report, and I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Does anybody have any questions for Gwen? Okay, I see none. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next up, from the Election Commission, Marcus Fears.
Good afternoon, Council.
Afternoon.
You have my report. I'll be happy to answer any questions about that. A couple brief updates. We are mailing out absentee ballots on Tuesday, and early walk-in is coming up beginning on May the 31st.
Anybody have any questions for Marcus? All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
From the Tax Commission, Sharon Swepston.
Good afternoon. You have my report, just a couple of highlights. Overall motor vehicle revenue is an increase about 5.85% over what it was this time last year. And revenue and taxation has a decrease of about 10.29% as compared to this time last year. I'll try to answer any questions that you might have.
Does anybody have any questions for Sharon? I see none. Thank you, ma'am.
And thank you.
Next up, Self-Governance, Shauna Miles.
CO Council,
CO.
you have my report before you. If you have any questions, I definitely welcome those.
Does anybody have any questions for Shauna? I see none. Thank you,
No?
ma'am.
Okay, thank you all.
From the Gaming Commission, Audra Imhoff.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
You do have my report. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Does anybody have any questions for Audra? Doc?
Audra, do we have a public position on the UKB proposal to open a casino in Tahlequah?
Not that I'm aware of. That would be a question for AG.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's here.
Okay. Did you hear the question, Chad?
I did, and the short answer would be that we would be opposed to that, no
Yeah.
question about it. I think what you're referring to is what maybe you've seen in the media recently about the approval by the NIGC of an amended gaming ordinance. The UKB has had a gaming ordinance since, I believe, the early 90s, and they recently amended that, which was approved by the NIGC as a matter of course. And just to be clear, it doesn't authorize gaming. It doesn't change the world that they operate in terms of land suitable for gaming in any way. It was an amendment to one of their codes that they hadn't amended in a long time. Of course, we are monitoring that situation very carefully.
Thank you, Chair.
Yep. Anybody else? Thank you, Audra.
Thank you.
From Human Resources, Samantha Hendricks.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I just wanted to give an update on our internship program. I can't see with these glasses. Last year, we had a total of 38 college internships from fall, summer, and spring. And as of today, we have a total of about 23.7% who we've hired since that time of our interns. We do have 19 interns that we're actually going to be, that are on course for hire for this year or for this summer. And our goal is 25. So just wanted to give a quick update on that. It's still a very successful program. We totally enjoy it to try to help those young students have that work experience. So with that, if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those.
Does anybody have any questions for Samantha? All right, I see none. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Under old business, none pending. New business, Councilman Sam, would you take that, please?
Yes, sir. This is a resolution confirming the nomination of Randy Duncan as a governing board member of the Cherokee Immersion School Board, and I put this in form of a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Very, very well dodged, that's all I can say. Okay. Are there any announcements? Candace, I'll just say, Candace, how we say that. All right, thank you. We have any announcements? All right, I see none. The next meeting is tentatively scheduled for Thursday, May 29th at 1 p.m. Did we not vote? Do what? Oh, is he here? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Come on up.
That would be to basketball.
Did we not vote? We didn't vote either, did we? I just skipped it. Yeah, okay.
I just want to say thank you for this opportunity, and I hope the language program is they're doing a good job. I mean, without it, it would die. So I'm anxious to see if I can help a little bit. But don't.
Any comments before he leaves? We welcome you. Despite the guy was sitting to your left, we're excited to have you. No, he does a good job. You should be commended. You did good in raising him.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, anybody else? Okay, the next meeting is tentatively scheduled for Thursday, May 29th at 1 p.m. I need a motion to adjourn and a second. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned.